Hello, it's Tessa back with you for another episode of Newscast, and today an idea which could bring hope to many, especially those struggling and in need of support. A UK organisation has announced plans for a new counselling service on the Isle of Man, which it says could see people in need waiting just 7 days for help. It's hoped the brighter teaching model can be successfully implemented on the island to reduce waiting lists for those needing therapy. At the same time, the model would offer accredited training opportunities to student counsellors who, as part of placements, would provide hundreds of hours of counselling therapy under supervision. The initiative is being run by Brighter Things founder Tommy Silvester and Anne Shimon of Anne Shimon Learning. Currently, people on the island who wish to become a counsellor can only study for a Level 2 certificate in counselling skills. Level 3 and Level 5 qualifications are only available off-island. Under the Brighter teaching model, 9 students are already studying on the island for their Level 3, and they'll progress to Level 5 in December. It's hoped 12 students a year will be put through a Level 5 diploma. That will take place over a 3-year period, and each student will commit to providing 200 hours of counselling starting at the end of year 1. This, the duo says, will result in 2,640 hours of free counselling being provided over 36 months. Still with me? Good. Well, someone who can explain it far better than I can is Mr. Silvester. He's also the lead for counselling and mental health for the Birmingham Adult Education Service, and he told me the model has a number of benefits.
All around the UK, there's a limited access to mental health services, including counselling. And what I've found that talking to those on the island, it's exactly the same in the Isle of Man, which it's going to be. So the service that we intend on setting up would be a counselling service that can access that islanders can access to get mental health support, and the talking therapy or creative therapy that will help that process along the way.
Now, is this for adults only? Would this cater for young people as well? What sort of age demographic are you targeting?
Adults are the first point of call. That's just because the qualifications that we also deliver that will link to this, most of the hours that the student has to complete are with adults and some hours with children. But it doesn't mean that we wouldn't work with children or the service wouldn't be for children. It would depend on the expertise of the student, because before the student is allowed to work with any child, they have to have some understanding and some training within working with children before taking on the counselling qualification. So adults mainly, but it doesn't mean that children can't access this support.
This service is going to utilise students who are training to be counsellors, and to get them to effectively do their training hours in, like, I guess, a real life setting. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So in the UK, I've set up a number of counselling services, and one thing that does work, which one of our services is still running now, is using student counsellors. So for student counsellors to complete their qualification with us, usually it's 100 clinical hours of placement. At the qualification that we undertake, it's 200 hours of clinical practice, and that then allows them to work in a real counselling environment with real people. So utilising the student is going to be more cost effective, and it will also allow the student to gain some experience, and it also then brings the waiting list of therapeutic services down. At the moment, we started a service in the UK in 2018, and it was just with myself, and I was seeing 3 clients a week. Now our service has got about 40 therapists. That's between trained and student counsellors. Most students then stay with us, and our client group in the community are not waiting no longer than 7 days. So it's a 7-day turnaround. And that's still happening today. So we know that the model that we want to bring to the Isle of Man is the model that we've demonstrated in the UK, and it works.
And that timeline is quite significant because we do hear, and it feels like we hear sort of daily actually, about how long waiting lists are for services like this. In terms of the sort of people that you see, how significant could it be for somebody to be seen in 7 days as opposed to waiting maybe 7 months, maybe over a year? I guess the timeliness of being able to offer a therapy is only going to be beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. And to put it bluntly, it's that 7 days can be life and death, and that's as simple as it can be. There's a massive waiting list for therapeutic services. Again, it's the same in the UK. So whatever we can do to help, the community, anything is better than nothing. And I think what this will do is it will help not just the community, it will help the island to have qualified therapists on the island. It will create job opportunities for those that want to work as counsellors. And then the well-being of the islanders will be, will be at the front of everything that we do.
And this service, you want to work with the Isle of Man government, the Department of Health and Social Care, so almost like a partnership. How do you see that working between the private and the public sector coming together?
Well, I think, again, what we did in the UK, it started off where it was a charity. So we started the service off first. And as I said, it was all done free by using students and by counsellors that offered their time free. And of course, our local council, they saw it working. So what they did then, they then started giving us funding to help gain more specialist services that potentially students can't do. So I think the way it would work is if the Isle of Man government or Manx Care worked with us, then of course that service could be created more quicker, and getting the word out there, it will allow the community to trust that service, because who's Tommy? I'm coming from the UK. I'm coming onto the island. I know a few people on the island now who I've been talking to over the last couple of months since March. But to gain that trust that this service is a good service, it's a quality service, and it's the right service.
And so I guess then the conversations with Manx Care and the authorities will continue. It's almost like you come, you establish it, they hopefully see the benefits of it, and that's where that sort of joined up approach comes in.
Absolutely. And then it's down to the Isle of Man. Then they've got a service that works. All then I would need to do is supply the student counsellors, which that's where the training comes in that we offer.
And we often hear about issues with recruitment in different fields of health and social care. Do you think, and has it been your experience, that this is an area that people really are interested in getting involved in? How have you found that in the UK where you've been working?
Absolutely. I think since COVID, the people wanting to be a counsellor has gone through the roof. I mean, I've taught counselling now for the past 6 years, and I lead, I'm the subject lead, the curriculum lead for counselling adult care at Birmingham Adult Ed, which is the local council. And our numbers have gone from 18 in a class to 20, 30 students in a class from level 2 all the way up to level 5. So it is very much a sector that's in demand. It's very much a sector that we need. I mean, we talk about mental health more now. Is there more work to do? Absolutely. But because we talk about it more and more people aren't frightened to come forward and ask for help. So, the counselling sector has just exploded since COVID, which is a good thing.
As you say, if more people are talking about it, you take away almost the stigma of coming forward to get help. It's just important that we make sure that help is actually there for people that want to take it.
Yeah, and it's about the those that want to be counsellors, it's about getting their confidence up and empowering them, so then they have got the tools to empower others. I mean, what we do, I'm one person, and there is a team of me. There isn't just me, but I'm one person that knows the sector that I work in, and specialises in the area I work in. What we do is we've got a number of tutors from all different specialist areas, from trauma, working with children, working in a psychosexual way, working with self-harm, suicide. So there's a team of teachers that will help build them that confidence in the learners, to then have the confidence, as I said, to empower others on the island to face their fears, their demons, their behaviours, and create a positive and safe place to express what they want to express.
Brighter Things and Anshim Learning say they want to work with the Department of Health and Social Care to find appropriate accommodation for the service. They add they'd also like to secure funding to help pay qualified staff to manage it and to ensure that all students are well supported in their placements. You can find more on this story at manxradio.com.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Little Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.